It was a stormy Friday evening when Eleanor discovered the door. Thunder roared outside as the rain hammered against the century-old windows of her university library. She was supposed to leave hours ago, but a nagging curiosity had kept her there. The dusty air reeked of aged paper and ink, and the dim glow of a flickering light bulb added an eerie charm to the place. She was reaching for a book on the top shelf of the restricted section, a place no student was allowed to enter, when she noticed a faint outline of a door etched into the wall. At first glance it seemed like a relic of the past, sealed and forgotten. But as Eleanor's fingers brushed against the carvings, a pulse of warmth shot through her hand. Suddenly the edges of the door glowed faintly. A whispering voice filled her mind. "Do you dare to step through time?" Eleanor was no stranger to risk. As a history major with an unquenchable thirst for adventure, she had always dreamed of uncovering the mysteries of the ancient world. But this was beyond her wildest imagination. Her heart pounded as she pressed her palm against the door's surface. To her astonishment, it slid open silently, revealing a swirling vortex of golden light. The library fell silent. Even the storm seemed to hold its breath. She hesitated for a moment. What if she couldn't come back? What if this was some elaborate prank? But the allure of the unknown was irresistible. Taking a deep breath, she stepped into the portal. The sensation was overwhelming, like being wrapped in light and sound all at once. When Eleanor opened her eyes, she was no longer in the library. She stood in the heart of an ancient city bustling with life. Towering ziggurats pierced the sky, and the air was filled with the hum of merchants bartering, children laughing, and priests chanting. She realized she was in Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. Her modern clothes drew curious stares, but before anyone could approach, a robed figure grabbed her arm. "You don't belong here," the man hissed. "Follow me. Quickly." Confused but intrigued, Eleanor followed him through winding streets until they reached a secluded chamber inside a temple. The man introduced himself as Enlil, a scribe who claimed to have also traveled through the portal many years ago. He explained that the portal was a bridge between civilizations created by an unknown force to preserve history. But it came with rules. Travelers could observe, even interact, but they must not disrupt the flow of time. "You must leave soon," Enlil warned. "The portal shifts every hour, leading to another time. If you miss it, you'll be stranded." Before she could process his words, the golden light returned, engulfing Eleanor. This time she landed on the banks of the Nile. The Great Pyramid of Giza loomed in the distance, and the desert air shimmered with heat. She was mesmerized, but her awe quickly turned to terror when she saw soldiers approaching. They shouted in a language she didn't understand, and their bronze weapons glinted menacingly. Before they could reach her, a young woman dressed in fine linen appeared, commanding them to stand down. She introduced herself as Neferet, a healer in the pharaoh's court. Neferet took Eleanor under her wing, teaching her about Egyptian rituals, medicine, and the divine belief in life after death. Eleanor was careful not to reveal too much about her origins, but Neferet was perceptive. "You're not from this world, are you?" she asked one evening. Before Eleanor could answer, the portal appeared again. Neferet's eyes widened in wonder, but she stepped back, understanding that Eleanor had to go. The next stop was ancient Rome, a city bursting with power and grandeur. Eleanor arrived during a gladiatorial match in the Colosseum. The cheers of the crowd were deafening, and the air smelled of sweat and blood. Disoriented, she stumbled into the stands and accidentally caught the attention of a senator. The senator, Lucius, invited her to his villa, where he interrogated her origins. Eleanor's vague answers only heightened his suspicion. She quickly realized that Lucius was not just a senator, but also a spy for the emperor. He believed Eleanor was a foreign agent, with knowledge of weapons far beyond their time. Her only escape was the portal, which appeared just as Lucius's guards closed in. She barely made it through. The portal's next destination was unlike anything Eleanor had seen. She stood amidst towering ruins, covered in strange symbols, in a place that seemed untouched by time. It was the fabled city of Atlantis. Here she met Arian, a scholar who claimed Atlantis was the source of the portal's power. He explained that the city had harnessed energy from the Earth's core, allowing them to create bridges through time. But their ambition had led to their downfall, and now the portal was unstable, randomly opening to different eras. "You must close it," Arian urged. "If it remains open, it could destroy all of history." Eleanor's final journey brought her back to the library where it all began. But things were different. The portal's energy had begun to seep into the modern world, causing distortions in time. Books floated mid-air, and shadows of ancient civilizations flickered across the walls. Using the knowledge she had gained from her travels, Eleanor worked to decipher the portal's mechanisms. She realized she had to destroy the ancient carvings that activated it. But as she prepared to do so, the whispering voice returned. "Are you sure?" it asked. "If you close the portal, you will lose access to the greatest mysteries of the past." With tears in her eyes, Eleanor struck the final blow. The portal collapsed in a burst of light, and the library returned to normal. Eleanor's life was never the same. Though she could no longer visit the ancient world, the memories of her adventures stayed with her. She wrote a series of books detailing everything she had seen, ensuring that the stories of these lost civilizations would live on. And every now and then, when the library was quiet and the storm clouds gathered, she swore she could hear the faint whisper, "Do you dare to step through time?"